Well, this isn't a video I thought I would be making. As all of you have been seeing, what is going on online right now with FaZe Clan. As a former member for almost a decade, I thought I would share my perspective on this as well. And before I say anything, because I know you guys are watching this, I do want to say, like, Ricky, Tommy, Norden, Tico, Apex, Blaze, Alex, all of you guys, I fucking love you. Like, I know you know that. It's crazy. This is what it is. It's fucked. And you know, my opinion may be totally invalid because of what happened between me and FaZe, and that is fine. I'm here to say what I have to say. For a long time, I've been quiet. For a long time, you guys have never seen me as Frazier. You know, you've watched K, you've watched FaZe K. You've never seen me though, ever. But you know, since Norden posted his first video, I've been very vocal on my Snapchat what I think about this. Tico has now posted a video. I've been texting all of the guys for a long time, way before they made any content about this. They know how I feel, and it's time for me to tell the world, man, because I'm fed up of just fucking keeping this all inside, bro. Like, I can't do that anymore. Like, I refuse to. Whether I like it or not, whether anybody likes it or not, I was an integral part to FaZe Clan for many years. Creating the content, strategizing members who should join, members who shouldn't join. Things like everything FaZe. This shit is tattooed on my body. I've got like 3 FaZe tattoos on my body, man. And that don't mean shit. I've got a tattoo of a dick as well. Like, what does that mean? So obviously I've seen Norden's video, I've seen Tico's video, I've seen Blaze's video. There's a lot of things in there I agree with. There is really nothing in there that I disagree with. Some things I want to comment on that I can expand on, but everything these guys are saying is right, man. You know, it's really sad to see what's happened over the last few years. The corporation side of FaZe is what has grown. It's like a huge monster inside of the brand that is just hungry, nasty, disgusting. Like, I don't even know what words to put into like the corporation side of it. It's soulless, and that reflects in what we see now. Soulless. So back when I was in FaZe, I actually tried to, you know, form what I didn't realize was actually a talent union. I was trying to get all the guys together to come and realize that, like, what is going on? What are we doing? What are we doing right now? I wanted all of the talent to be treated fairly, equally, to have what they deserved. Even back then, I was never claiming I was one of the OG New York house lot like Tico and Norden and that. I understand the role they played, and I understand the role I played too. Like, it was so bad to the point that when I moved to Vegas before Jarvis's fight, Tico didn't even want to make videos for FaZe Clan, even though I was the one making them. It was nothing about me. It was nothing to do with me. It was because he wasn't being treated fairly, bro. And it showed me how weak they are, and how right what Norden now is trying to do is. He is right. Norden is absolutely right. FaZe should have come together as a group of talent and tried to take the company back. You know, in hindsight, now it's too late. Maybe it's not. I hope it's not. But you know, obviously it would have been way better to happen years ago. But when I kicked up a fuss and said, hey guys, corporation, we aren't going to do this unless you make this equal and fair, they got on a flight the next day and came to us. It showed me how weak and scared they were. They got on calls with, I'm not going to drop their names, but 2 of the biggest FaZe members back then to try and sign them to deals that would take them away from what I was trying to build, which was fairness, equality, fucking what you deserved, bro. What all of us deserved. Maybe I don't now, and I accept that. I don't give a fuck. I just need to tell the world what I feel, man. This is what I care about. Saying this shit, bro. This is crazy, brother. You know, without Norden doing what he did for FaZe, back when it was Norden's time to shine, man. Everyone in FaZe has had their time to shine, you know, it's how it is. When Norden had his time to shine, he was posting how many videos a day? For how long? Like, he paved the way. Do you think when I blew up, I knew that I had to make that many videos? That I knew how much work I had to put in? I knew that because Norden had done it. He set in stone the fucking blueprint for what it takes to be the top of the FaZe chain, the top of the biggest FaZe member. But the thing is, the corporate side of FaZe don't understand the value of what Norden did for the team, what Norden set the blueprint for, what I did. They think that if they collab with Champion again, or go say, hey, look, we got Disney, or, you know, we got Snoop Dogg in the house, man, that it's just gonna fill the hole. No, bro. And all the people that are like us, like Norden, like Tico, were pushed away from their greed. Like, the talent were completely neglected in FaZe the entire time. I'm really only touching on the surface in this video, really touching on the very top of the surface, because this would go on for years, man. This video would be like 2 hours long. Maybe I'll just fucking do it one day, honestly. Like, I've always had a very difficult relationship with the CEO of FaZe, the CEOs. There's been multiple, but all of them. Hopefully one day I'll be able to come out and say everything. I'll never forget one time when me and Tico, originally we were trying to fight for ourselves against these big corporate giants in 2019. And they sat down with me and Tico and basically said to us, "You are worthless, you are nothing without us." That is what they said to us. I remember how upset it made Tico. I remember how upset it made me. And I know we felt this way for a long time. Maybe you guys might think differently, maybe you agree. The CEO of FaZe told me then that the only reason that Jarvis was ever big was because he joined FaZe. The only reason. Every single person that has ever worked at FaZe and left, or most of the time been fired because they didn't agree with what the CEOs were saying, thinks the same thing we are. Because I've spoken to all of them. A lot of them now work at 100 Thieves and other places, and I know this because I see them working there, and I know how they feel, and I bet they're fucking loving this, bro. Nick Merckx, I've heard a story. I know Nick Merckx knows how dumb the corporate people at FaZe are. I know he knows that. And I just want to put this out there because I care about every single person watching this, truly. Especially some of the corporate people in FaZe that actually did do a good job. There is a couple of them, unfortunately, on the lower level that don't have as much power as the big dogs. But there was a couple people in there that actually genuinely cared. Now I think there's just one left. But she or he doesn't have enough power to do anything, which is unfortunate. And I know they feel the same way I do, the same way Tico does, the same way Norden does, the same way every other FaZe member feels but hasn't said it publicly yet. You know, every single time a new talent joined, it was my job, because of the channel I had then, the amount of views I was getting then, the amount of views Jarvis was getting, being the faces of FaZe, being, you know, the people that everyone wants to come and meet. It was my job when a new talent joined to make videos with them and make them feel included, which I did because I loved it. I remembered what it felt like to join FaZe, man, and like, it's a bit daunting, and to be welcomed with open arms into a video of like the biggest channel. I know how much that would have made me, I know how that would have made me feel back in the day. I know Norden's been through a lot. I know he's been through his phases, but please, he can sound manic. I've seen the comments, but listen to him, man. He has the best interest for FaZe at heart. I know he does. So does Tico. I did try to go back to FaZe Clan last year after, you know, me being kicked, Jarvis not being in FaZe. You know, we went back to them and said, hey, this is what we'll come to FaZe to do. I will come and be behind the scenes in FaZe and make all your videos again like I was when you were getting views and when it was good and when there was people of the culture understanding and creating culture for culture. I don't think that makes sense, but I hope you know what I'm saying. And it's taken me a while to like have the courage to make this. I've been wanting to make something like this for a long time. For a long time I've been wanting to do this. I want to give a huge props to Tico for having the courage to come out and do what he did, because as I said to you on text, Tico, it's given me the courage to do this, brother. Seriously, mate. Norden too. You guys may hate this, you may love it, but this is how I feel, and I can't change that, and I never will change that. And I'm gonna be true to myself. This journey I'm on right now of boxing out in Las Vegas, I'm looking to fight for the next 3-4 years of my life. It's brought me back to myself, Frazier. I love where I'm at right now in my life. I'm happier, I'm more content than I've ever been. I know who I am. I know who Frazier is, and I cannot wait for you guys to see what I have been training for and what I will do. And it feels weird to say things like this about yourself, but when you do boxing like I am, you really have to assess, like, who am I? Am I strong, mentally fit, physically well enough to do this? And I truly am the mentally strongest, emotionally strongest, physically strongest person that I know and have known my entire fucking life. And I know that, and I'm fucking coming. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for what I'm about to do. Feels like I was born for this. Like, I swear, like, everything else I've done has led to this moment, bro. I didn't feel like this a year ago. I can tell you that now. I can tell you it's taken a long time for me to reach where I am right now, mentally, physically, emotionally. But I'm finally here. I'm now here. And I want to say it one last time to end this off the same way I started it, with love, man, because What Ricky Banks, specifically Ricky Banks, has done for me in my life is tremendous, tremendous. I wouldn't be here making this video if it wasn't for Banks in the first place. I wouldn't be doing a lot of stuff if it wasn't for Banks. If it wasn't for my hard work, my dedication, but that man giving me an opportunity, and I know that. I will never forget that, Ricky. Tommy too. Apex, especially Apex as well, what you did for Jarvis, man. Norden, what you've done for everything. All of the founders, Euphora. I couldn't have more love for you, and I know you know that. Truly, truly, guys, I do.